Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about why reading good books and bad books can be beneficial for your writing. A lot of you may say, oh, I don't want to waste my time reading a bad book, which is true. As a writer, the time you have is valuable. You should be using it to either further yourself by reading or further yourself by writing. And when you read, you don't want to read something that's really poorly written. When you read a very bad written book, which I've done before, which can happen a lot because when you're critical to your own writing, you're critical to everyone else's writing too. So you tend to notice things other people don't. But because you're noticing what's bad in a book, you can learn what not to put in your own book. And those are things like when there's a lack of character development, when there's clichés in the story. I made a video on clichés. I'll put a link to it right here. When the story is flat, that means that nothing really happens. It's just mundane actions and nothing really happens. When there's too little or too much of a description, when there's too little of a description, you can't picture it in your head, so the reader may become confused. When there's too much description, the reader gets bored and they'll start to skim your writing instead of actually reading it. Another thing you may notice in a book is that the voice is bland or boring. You can realize what makes it boring and apply it to your own writing. Make sure it's not like that. Now there's also the good books, the very obvious reason why you should read a good book. If you ask any author in the world for advice, they will tell you read, read, and read. This is because you learn to write by reading. You learn more about the craft. You see how it's done, how you should describe something, and it's really how you develop your own voice in writing too. Good books can do many things. They can inspire you to write, where you could be reading and all of a sudden, no matter how much you love the book, you just have to put it down for a minute because you have to run over to your computer and write a chapter of your own. A good book can remind you why you started writing. A good book will make you realize what elements should be in your novel in order for it to be considered a good book. So that's pretty much the opposite of what a bad book is. It means good grammar, you use the same tense, you use emotion in your writing, you get an in-depth character, and you just describe the perfect amount. And they have a poetic type of writing. You see what writing styles work and what don't. That is why you should read the good books and the bad books. They both teach you lessons. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and buy every book that you've heard has a horrible review on it. You're not going to learn that way. I'm just saying if you stumble upon a bad book and you're only in the first chapter, read it a little more. See why it isn't catching your attention and observe what is wrong with it. Then you can take those observations and apply it to your writing and make sure your novel isn't like that. I hope you guys liked this video and don't forget to subscribe.
Time supposedly heals for some reason, thinking that will help. How can you know that when it doesn't hurt to think about it first want something through it? Is it when you forget out later that even after reality